Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.alliancesheroescom. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
What another incredible show it's going to be. And thank you, too, for the feedback that we continue to get from having the creator of Match.com on, Popeye's CEO, which we're still getting feedback on. I mean, I'm just getting hungry thinking about it. And Kayak.com founder that ends up selling his website for, a couple $1 billion to Priceline, who we also had on. If you haven't caught those episodes, please make sure that you go to our website, Eliances.com, where we have them posted in links when we unlock their secrets to success. And these are heroes in business. But let's get right into our next hero. I love it when someone achieves the highest point as far as being in the Guinness Book of World Records, which is, just truly incredible in itself. And our next hero is Wilson Casey. He can be reached at triviaguy.com or, of course, on our website, alliances.com. Now, Wilson, am I understanding right? Let's talk about it. You did 30 hours on the air where you were asked and identified the correct answer to, this must be a typo, 3,333 questions. Wilson, is that possible?
I'm still shaking my head, David, but yes, I did do it, and it's all verifiable. I did it in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We broadcast it over an AM radio station, and it was 30 consecutive hours. Sure, it was a brainiac event, but most folks don't realize it was a physical event, too, just to stay up and awake and to be able to answer and identify that many correct answers. And the thing about it, David, at the end, I didn't miss the next question. It's just that we had, with sponsors and another show was supposed to come on, we had to stop at a certain time. So, but it did come out. It's a good number to remember, 3,333 trivia questions. But, David, don't you ask me what I had for breakfast this morning now. Don't do anything like that. What was the secret to be able to really understand and be able to memorize and know, well, in that case, really just being able to know all these trivia answers? How do you know them? Of course, I studied for it. I studied very hard. I needed to know a little bit about a lot of subjects. I believe in Will Rogers, the late humorist. He had a saying, we're all ignorant, but only on different subjects. Everybody's an expert on something. It didn't go into extreme difficulty. There were difficult questions, but what's hard for one person is, easy for someone else. But I got on a roll there and just kept going because, it was from sports, it was from music, it was from pop culture, it was from history, it was from unusual facts, it was some weird stuff. But I was able to knock it out. A lot of folks think I have a photographic memory. No, I have a trained memory. When I was 10, 12 years old, myself and my cousin, we went off the deep end with memory association books. And we could memorize literally the phone book. We started memorizing verses in the Bible. At one time you could say, well, what's 2 Chronicles 2:9? And I could pull it out, but I can't do that anymore. But it's all word association. And my cousin, he put himself through medical school, and he's a prominent doctor right now. And I put myself through college. I would literally memorize the textbook the night before the exam, and then when I had the exam, it's just like me having an open book because I could pull it out of my archives and all of that. But
Wilson,
those memory associations, that was the thing that really got us going. And anybody could do it. If you just have to apply yourself.
Can you train others?
No, not per se.
I write full-time for a living now. I have a nationally syndicated newspaper column, and I've got 52 various versions of all my published works on my author page at Amazon.com. I mean, I research the Bible. I do those page-a-day calendars you see at Christmas time. I've done one on crime. I've done one on Bible. And what's popular, the latest one is on golf trivia. And I love researching new topics and things because I'm like a sponge of learning new things. And as long as I can keep doing that, that's what keeps me producing. Now, David, I start my day at 4 or 5 o'clock every morning researching because I have literally, I'm in like 600 papers across the country, and I produce a daily trivia column. And but I get to meet a lot of interesting folks around the country. And, you know, my writing, I've written a mainstream UFO book. I wrote a couple of books on Hillary Clinton. I wrote a book on ordinary things, the first cash register, the first postage stamp, the first whatever. So I just keep running the gamut of learning new things.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now you're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Kogan. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align and be part of the community, alliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. And we have Wilson Casey, who could be reached at triviaguy.com. He is a 2-time Guinness World Records trivia marathon and radio broadcasting, in which he did, get this, 30 hours continuous live broadcast and answered questions, which he identified and answered questions to 3,333 questions. Now, Wilson, though, I mean, everybody who's listening right now is going, okay, you're able to memorize all this information, memorize textbooks. People want to know, though, the magic pill to be able to do all that and instantly do it. I mean, did you train your mind? There's got to be some of that secret that we can get from you to be able to help others to at least even be able to remember 10 trivia questions. And all these students that are out there that are stressing and using these note cards trying to memorize stuff, how can we improve it?
Well, David, I would suggest that there's plenty of memory association books out there, and the one that was like my Bible was by Harry Lorraine and Jerry Lucas. I mean, that book has been out for probably 40 or 50 years, and listeners could find that book. But it's by Harry Lorraine and Jerry Lucas. Harry Lorraine was the memory expert, and Jerry Lucas used to play professional basketball in the NBA. And that little book, I've still got my copy in my office somewhere. I mean, that little book, if you would just, and that's the type of book, you don't read it like from cover to cover. You take your time and apply the principles. And but now educators don't like me saying this, but you know, all test taking is spitting back what that teacher wants to hear in a given amount of time. I mean, that's my take on that. That's not good advice for students. But if you can just memorize and spit it out for that test, but you'd be surprised, things that you memorize, you retain more than you think you do. But then again, I get stumped in my own material sometime, but I continually produce 12 trivia questions a day, 7 days a week for my newspaper network and my books. But it's really a simple thing. If you just get those memory association and apply them and just try them, because you'll start out memorizing a list of 10 objects, and you think, well, I can't, 10, I can't remember 10 things. But once you get those little books and learn the memory association, all you're doing is applying one thing to the next. You're only having to memorize 2 things because the things play off of each other. It's like if you had a list of 100 things, say 100 nouns or whatever, and somebody picked one right in the middle, you could literally go up the chain or down the chain in saying all those things. You can't, and it seems complicated, but trust me, it is not if you'll just learn some basic memory association. It's not really a trick. It's a skill. The more you practice it, the more you'll become well versed at it. But they have all these memory competitions around the world, and those people that win those things, once they're interviewed, it's the same basic thing. It's just memory association. And average person, I can't do that. Well, you can't because you're not trying it. So,
right.
I mean, my granddad always taught me it's better to try and fail than to not try, and always be second guessing and wondering, if I'd only tried this. I told you earlier, my cousin put himself through medical school.
Amazing.
And when I go to see him, I still have to look at his degrees because I know you memorized all this stuff to get that degree. I'm just kidding. He's a fine doctor.
I love it. I love it. Well, Wilson, you are fascinating. Guinness Book record holder in not one but two categories. You enrich the world with your books, too. You have so many books. Check them out. Go to triviaguy.com. And when we return, boy, we've got the founder who is rolling out tons of franchises. You're going to hear who that is when we return. David Kogan with Eliances.